Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome to episode 11 of Crusader Kings 2. We're still in a little bit of a predicament. The game could end at any moment. We have a female ruler who is only in her 30s, but I mean, obviously people do have a habit of dying off in this game. And as it stands at the moment, we have our two oldest boys are actually not of our dynasty because this character was never supposed to be our leader. She was going to be the sister of our ruler. But he actually managed to die before he ever got to take the throne. And it now means that her two oldest children are of her late husband's dynasty. We did manage to have him executed. She now has a new husband as part of a matrilineal marriage. So her third son and her youngest daughter are actually part of her dynasty. However, we need to try and get the two oldest sons out of the way. We are ruling under agnatic cognatic primogeniture, so the girls don't really matter. Now, one thing that I did say before was I wasn't too bothered about educating the children. It didn't really make much of a difference. The only one that was important was educating my own son. However, it's probably the easiest way to get them killed off, because every now and then you get some decisions which allows you to do such things. So what I'm going to do, currently I am educating my daughter. I'm going to educate her and just trade her out to somebody else. I'm not even bothered to. Let's just get rid of her so I don't have to be the one who is educating her anymore. So we will go ahead and make that decision. There we go. She's gone. What we're now going to do is we are going to educate our other two sons ourselves. Oh, they're not quite 6 years old yet. That's fine then. You're 4, you are 3. We could have carried on educating the daughter. It doesn't really matter. But this will give us the biggest potential of opportunities to get them both killed off. Mission to Oxford has been a success. We need to make sure that we're trying to keep our vassals happy wherever possible. Oh, there's the autosave. I hate the autosave always removes you off that screen. It's really annoying. So, Bedford we really need to improve. Oxford is terrible. Yeah, we're not doing particularly great here. We have potentially got some factions that may rise up against us. This one as well is a massive faction. That could be potentially hostile there. You have a positive opinion of me. I mean, we could have imprisoned some of these people. What about you? You are the... What are you? The Earl of Bologna. Where on earth is that? Oh, you're way down here. Interesting. Well, if he wants to revolt up against me, that's fine. I don't even know why I have all these. Well, it's because of my late husband's territory. I think this stuff down here all belonged to him. So what about the guy that is with you on this one? You're down there as well. If these guys want to end up going to war and taking these provinces, that's fine. I'm not bothered about them at all, really. So that faction isn't really an issue. Don't care about it at all. Let's leave the game playing. We need the sons to get old enough so we can do something with them. We are pregnant again, which is fantastic, but we do still need to get the two oldest sons out of the way. Got some little skirmishes and things going on down here. We will still have Viking raiders landing and all that sort of rubbish, so we do have to be careful. We might like to try and take out Norfolk and Suffolk at some point. That was something that I was looking at before. It does have a few allies, but nothing that I don't think we could deal with. But obviously our Chancellor is busy just trying to improve relations at the moment because reasons. What about any of these places? Could we take them? Do we want to take them? What CBs do we have? We would like to click on the right button for a start. Yeah, we could claim some of these places in the names of some of our vassals and courtiers, but that wouldn't give them to us, so it's a little bit silly doing such a thing. So we'll just let time tick on. And hopefully our sons will become old enough for us to educate. There we go. We have another son, which is very, very nice. Opinions are improving, which is also good. Right, now you're getting a negative opinion of me all of a sudden. Is that because I'm a tyrant? You've just gained that some of that tyrannical penalty will go away after some time. We've got a fairly decent amount of money in the bank, so we will keep trying wherever we can to... We're still trying to end plots, but that's fine. We will keep trying wherever we can to increase our prestige and how much our people like us. We can't hold a feast yet because it is not November. Well, it's actually gone past it. We could hold the summer fair. Seems a little bit pointless. The feast is the important one to do, really. It's a good way to just get our prestige up all the way along. Could we do anything to try and make you like me a little bit more? Give you a little bit of a bribe there. We've got some guys here. Let's go and raise the levies. Got more men than they have. We can probably just still take them anyway. They'll probably just start to run away. Exactly what I thought they'd do. So let's drop those levies. Don't need them anymore. Still managing to improve relations at Oxford. That is very, very good. We should probably try and move you, if we can, back over to Bedford, though. So let's get our Chancellor. And we will move you back to Bedford. So a lot of our council don't particularly like us at the moment either, which is completely understandable. Now, I could go on and start trying to take some of the other surrounding provinces, but, I mean, we are keeping our Chancellor busy as it is at the moment. One child lacks a guardian. There we go. This is our oldest son. So we are going to educate this child, and we are going to educate him ourselves. And what we might find is we get certain events that happen later on where we have the option of doing certain things, such as there's one where you see your child sort of climbing out of a high window, and sometimes you have the option to give them a little bit of a push. There we go, got some help there at the last minute. There's some usurping going on, but that doesn't really affect me in any major way. Levy reinforcements, let's go and drop this levy here. Another child lacks a guardian. That is our daughter. Is that our oldest daughter? Didn't we already farm you out to somebody else? I don't really care who it is. Let's get the Chancellor to do it because it'll increase his opinion of us. So we want to educate our other son, who is currently 5. We will get the option to do that. Dangerous factions, not bothered. Opinion still changing for the better. When do you turn 6 years old? May. So it won't be too far away. Once again, another year's ticked past, and I wasn't watching, and I've missed the opportunity to hold a feast. But we will do our best. What happened to you? Did you die or something? Yeah, you died. Bedridden and infirm. Well, certainly improving relations with Bedford quite quickly. Up to 83 again already. We're going to have to go over to Chester soon and start doing it there. We'll see if we can get Bedford up to 100 first. Let him have another tick. Always work on the biggest ones first. So it's coming up to May. It'll soon be time for our son to become 6 years old. It should pop up any time now. There we go. Son lacks a guardian. We will educate, and we will educate him ourselves. So now we're using up our 2 ward slots. Where are we yet? Using up our 2 ward slots, and we need to try and get them killed. It's very possible that they'll get to adulthood without us being able to kill them off via an event, but then we can start making them into like our spy master and sending them abroad and just putting them in dangerous situations. So here we go. This one's not necessarily that useful. We can give him 1 stewardship and he would gain the trait temperate, or we could give him the trait gluttonous. Now, none of these is really going to make much of a difference for them. So we'll literally just pick whichever one. But those aren't the events that I'm waiting for. I'm waiting to get one of the ones that allows us to put them into some sort of danger. They're going to be the most useful to us here. Has that got Bedford up to 100? It has, but he's now no longer our largest controller. It's actually the county of Wiltshire for some reason, which is down here. So let's go ahead, move the Chancellor. We will put you down there, and we're going to just carry on doing this, trying to keep everybody friendly, and just waiting until we can try and get the right heir in power, so that we know that we're not going to lose the game, because that's just going to be nasty all round. We had another improvement already, so we're already in the positives. It's looking good. We're getting a little bit of an army now. Now, we have a fair bit of money. We could go ahead and build some building improvements. There's no reason why we shouldn't go ahead and do that. We could build a keep over here in Leicester. It's not a bad idea. Let's go ahead and do that. What about some of our other holdings? What about in Warwick? Because we do have another castle here. We could go ahead and build the castle town. That'll give us +2 on the tax income. And Worcester, we have another castle here. Let's go ahead and build the castle town too. Give us more tax income. We're into January 811. Success trying to butter up the Pope, which is always nice. He likes me a little bit, but not a massive amount at the moment. Here we go. What do? He wants to play with friends instead of studying. So we could give him humble, just and shy, proud, gregarious or arbitrary, wrath or deceitful. Again, neither of these are particularly going to cause him to get killed off easily. So we'll just pick whichever one. We're not bothered what stats they have growing up, because if they ever become in power, then we've lost the game anyway. So we don't care about them at all. We just want to try and get them killed off. And that's the entire purpose of it. If we do manage to get our reputation up high enough with some of our vassals, then we will start fabricating claims and do some attacking, because we might as well. It's time for you to recognise the full independence of Bologna and the state's independence. Yeah, I'm just going to let them do that. I don't care at all. I have claims on it now, but it's no longer my stuff. That faction will go away. I'd just be happy to get Britannia. Not bothered about doing stuff in Europe. It's too hard to protect anyway. And, of course, we've got some very annoying Vikings coming in here to be an absolute pain. So, let's go ahead and we'll raise our levies. I'm going to hold down the control key while I do it, because the advantage of doing that means that I won't automatically try and raise levies in any county where there are bad guys. And in fact, they're already moving out, and I didn't have to do anything there at all. So, the lady almost ran me down. Okay, so tearfully she told me that my son had insulted her again. Yeah, he loses the trait honest. We could punish him, make him deceitful. It doesn't really matter. I just literally want to get him killed off. We want to lower our levies at this point. Luckily at the moment, because I don't control a lot of the coastal area, most of the Viking raids are actually not in my territory, so I'm not the one really having to worry about dealing with them. When it gets to the point where you pretty much control the entirety of England or the British Isles, then they really start to become a colossal pain. One child lacks a guardian. Now, this is my actual son. Now, well, they're all my actual sons. This one is my actual bloodline. This is the one that I would really like to be able to educate. I can't do that at the moment, so I have to choose who I want to educate him. Preferably somebody who likes me, and preferably somebody with a lot of diplomacy. We've got a courtier here, and she has some very decent diplomacy skills. She is a theologian as well. Would be nice if we could get like a charismatic negotiator. I guess we could get the Chancellor to do it, but he does have things like, well, charitable's good, humble's good, deceitful not so much. But he has good diplo as well. I think he's probably the perfect person, actually, and that will keep him friendly as well. So how are we getting on with our vassals right now? Actually, not too bad. Might be worth thinking about making a claim on something else. Norfolk and Suffolk could be useful. Just to try and keep the game interesting then, let us go and take our Chancellor and get him to attempt to fabricate a claim on Norfolk. We'll see what we can go ahead and get. And if our sons become, like I said, if our sons become old to the point... Oh dear, someone's starting to fancy me. If I get to the point where the sons are old enough to fight, we'll get them to go and fight, and we might get them killed off. We've lost our steward. We shall get a new one. You're not too bad. You've got a stewardship of 17. That's very good. Let us collect taxes in Leicester. There was another guy there. Actually, he likes us by 100. That is the Count of... Who are you? Yeah, you're the Earl of Bedford. So we've done a lot of sucking up to you. You actually wanted to become the steward. I could have made him steward. This other guy might leave, but stewardship 17 compared to stewardship 12... Yeah, I know which one that I'd prefer to have. It looks like York has become independent over here. We don't have a CB to attack it, but maybe later on we can go and do something about that. Castle towns are being built. Still saving up some money. We'll get better tax income now as well. 6.3 per month. We have that CB. Will cost us some gold and prestige, but let's go ahead and use it. Now, let's just have a look here and see what he has again in terms of allies. So he does have a couple of allies. Can we see that from this screen? If we go and click here. His allies are... Can't see where his allies are. Well, he hasn't called them in, so we're not seeing them. What's his top military? Army levy 613. We can easily go ahead and defeat this guy. Let's just reduce the speed a little bit. Let us go and declare war. We want to claim Norfolk and we want to claim it for ourselves. So let's go ahead and do that. And send. New decisions, such as... Oh, we've unpaused. Conscript merchant ships. No, we don't need to do that. We do need to raise our levies. So let's go ahead and raise all levies. Group them all up somewhere relatively safe. They may try and jump on a few units and kill them off quickly. Hopefully that won't happen. We can actually go up 1 on the speed because... Fear my son is too cynical for his age. Doesn't matter which one that I pick. Because we just want to kill him off. So let's get all of these guys together. And then we'll go and take the fight to them. Yeah, I'm always used to the pace of troops moving when playing EU4. And they move a fair bit slower here. So let us move in. We do have the bigger army. We've got relatively decent compositions, and the flanks are well spread out. So we should be okay here. Should be able to win these battles relatively easily. And there we go. We've pretty much wiped them out already. They are going to move down to Suffolk. We'll just give chase so we can finish them off. That should be their army pretty much crushed, and it is. It's given us 59% already. Oh, we need to move our Chancellor, of course. There's no point him being in there still. Let us have a look and see who we need to suck up to next. Wiltshire, which is this one down here, so let's move you back down to there. No point fabricating a claim on a county that we're already at war with. That's just stupid. So we've unpaused. We'll go back and we will siege here. 3 times the size of the garrison, so we should be fine. The church had just gotten some very beautiful stained glass windows, and as I and Eire contemplated the windows, the priest approached us and asked what we thought about them. I had thought about the symbolism of the windows, while Eire just repeated what I had said. It doesn't really matter. Nobody sort of cares. All we want to do is kill off those kids that aren't of my dynasty in the hope that we can actually get the game to continue on. But hopefully as well, we can also win this siege. It's going quite slowly. Minus 5.3%. Minus 5.3% every 12 days. Actually quite slow. And then we'll go and see where else we can go and pick on little bits and pieces at a time. Maybe Wessex. Go and pick on Wessex. Obviously, we do have a fair bit of vassal limit left. We've got these annoying raiders up here. I'm just going to leave them there. Oh, it looks like someone else is actually sending their levy in. This is the thing, you see, because of the way it works, where you don't get the full levy from your vassals. They keep some of the troops behind so they can raise them to go and help. I am pregnant once again, which is fine. I can have all the kids in the world, but unless I can kill off those 2 oldest sons that aren't of my dynasty, it isn't really going to help much. But we will keep going. Once again, I've missed every opportunity I've had to do some sort of feast and whatnot, so definitely some scrappage going on up north. Let's just get rid of a few of the pop-ups. Child lacks a guardian. Now again, this is my daughter, who is actually of my bloodline. And who could we farm you out to? I guess you could go off to the Chancellor as well. Quite like our Chancellor. He's been relatively good, and he says he has a good opinion of us. That's fine. He's flipping longships again. But we need to try and win this siege first. 59%. We'll siege out the top holdings on both counties. And that should help things out a little bit. Are we auto-saving yet? I wonder why it suddenly went slow. So another 24 days. And that siege should be over. 5.9 morale left. Okay, 0.6 now should be able to do that. And again, the vassals' levies are taking care of these, so that is fine. Victory. Still only 74%, so let's move down. Wipe out that non-existent army. So my confessor, the Bishop of Lincoln, such an attractive man. I've applied my ample charms. I can tell if he's thinking of other things other than the Lord. Let's have the opinion change. We should probably also start thinking about changing our focus now. And maybe going into something like the diplomacy. The family would be quite good. I think we are going to go for family. It gives her high health, because the last thing I want her to do is die early. I don't want her to die before we manage to sort out the... Oh, who's this? You are the guy in... Oh, you're my spy master. You're my spy master and you don't like me. You are the Count of Chester. So we need to go and suck up to you at some point. How are we going with everybody else? Not brilliant. But you're the one trying to start factions and you just hate me completely, don't you? Why do you hate me so much? Because I'm a tyrant, heretic. Are you the wrong religion? Let's have a look at the religious map mode. No, everywhere seems to be the right religion. Oh, am I the heretic? I'm Catholic Christian. That's strange. Okay, well, let us move our Chancellor then and put him in Chester. See if we can improve relations there. Might help things out a little bit. We'll carry on with this war. Why is this taking so long? This has got an even bigger garrison. Though we are managing to reduce its morale by 6% every 12 days. And they've managed to spark up another little bit of an army. It's not enough to do any real damage. Let's just go up to the next speed. I don't think there's an awful lot else we can do. My son is aiming for the stars. He's an ambitious little brat. Doesn't matter what I pick, he will get ambitious whatever we go for. So, still no opportunities where we can get them injured yet. I've gained the proud trait. Wonderful. Right, it's not what we're bothered about. We've got another son. Formal declaration of war from somebody. From Essex, okay. Well, we could do without that. That's going to make things a little bit difficult, but that is something that we will deal with in the next video. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying Crusader Kings 2, and I'll see you next time. Until then, goodbye for now.